Yeah, dear children, I am teacher Geeta. This is grade 11 physics lesson motion in circle. You have to explain this. After explaining this, you have to understand. I think you understand that define the radian and express angular displacement in radians. Then the concept of angular speed and angular velocity. Then solving problem using the equations. Then centripetal force, centripetal acceleration. There are also some equations. Using that one also you have to solve some problems. First you should remember all these equations and concepts. Here I am explaining about the definition of a radian. Define radian. What you will write? A radian is the angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc whose length is equal to the radius of the circle. The picture you have to see that one radian. You know that mainly we have to measure the angles in degrees. Here in a circular motion we have to measure the angles in radian. You know that the angle of a complete circle is equal to 360 degree. Here according to the circular motion we have to define the radian is the angle. One radian is defined as the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc equal in length to the radius of the circle. And here it is, to obtain the angle in radians we have to divide the length of the arc by the radius of the circle. So theta is the radian, present that one. Theta is equal to arc length divided by radius of the circle. Arc length is s divided by radius. So theta, the radian, is equal to s by r. That's the equation. For angle in radians, from here you know that angle in radians in a complete circle, that is equal to complete circle, then theta is equal to circumference of the circle divided by radius. You know that what is the definition of equation of circumference of the circle? 2 pi r. So 2 pi r divided by r. For a complete circle, the theta is equal to 2 pi r divided by r. From here you will get 2 pi. And then 2 pi rad is equal to 360 degree. From there we have to find that 1 rad is equal to 360 divided by 2 pi, that is equal to 57.3 degree will get. And this is about the radian. Next one is angular speed and angular velocity. For an object to move in a circle, the angular speed is defined as the angle swept out by the radius per unit time, and angular velocity is the angular speed in a given direction. For example, that's a clockwise direction. The unit of angular speed and angular velocity is radians per second. For a circular motion, we have to measure the angle in radian. So, angular speed is equal, the unit of angular speed is radians per second. From here, you have to write the equation by the definition for small angles. So, V is equal to R omega. But here theta is equal to delta S divided by R. From that we have to write V is equal to R omega. This means that part of a rotating object further from the axis of rotation move faster. In the picture here it is, with this second object this will be move faster. This arrow showing the direction of velocity. And here it is, see, omega is equal to, from here V is equal to R omega. From there omega is equal to V by R. Or otherwise we have to substitute omega is equal to 2 pi f. In the some equations we have to substitute. Remember this one, omega is equal to 2 pi f. So angular velocity omega, that is a Greek letter. We are telling that one, it is omega. So angular velocity omega is equal to V by R. Instead of omega we have to substitute 2 pi f. Remember this equation also. Next one is centripetal force. The centripetal force is the force directed towards the center of a circular motion and always acted at right angles to the direction of motion along the circular path. And the acceleration towards the center of the circle is known as centripetal acceleration. Of course, the direction changes continuously. Here you know that the direction changes continuously. The circular motion, the direction always changes continuously. And so because of this direction changes, we have to say the velocity changes. Then velocity changes, what happened to the ball? The ball accelerates. So force must be acted on the ball. With this way the centripetal force is acting. And then centripetal force means the center seeking force. It is always directed towards the center and always act at right angles. I think you understand the definition of centripetal force and the centripetal acceleration. Here centripetal acceleration A is equal to V squared by R. That is the equation. You remember all this equation. We should next video we should do some examples of this one, solving problems. Now centripetal force, here it is the path traveled by a ball. Here it is, this is the circular motion, centripetal force. This is the reaction force. The string, the tension of the string give the force of that one. And here it is velocity, centripetal acting towards the center at right angles. Here centripetal force is equal to, you know that centripetal force, centripetal acceleration A is equal to V squared by R. And here it is, you know that Newton's second law is equal to F is equal to ma. Instead of this A we have to substitute this R squared. So force is equal to m V squared by R. V squared by R is equal to omega, that is V by R is omega. Before the previous slide you studied that one. Here it is A is equal to V squared by R, and here it is V is equal to R omega. And so that is why we have to write force is equal to m R omega squared. Force is equal to m. Instead of A we have to write R omega squared. So centripetal force, the equation for the centripetal force equal to mr omega squared. And this one is Fc, that is centripetal force, mass, velocity and radius, mv squared by r. V squared by r we have to write, this one is, instead of that we have to write omega squared, because A is equal to r omega squared. For you study A is equal to V squared by r. In that one we will write A is equal to r omega squared. Now in this slide you have to see just only a 1 point something minute video for centripetal force. Watch this clearly.